So Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. Just wait. Yeah. Is about keeping quiet. So in this poem, the poet talks about one common problem that ails the entire mankind. And that common problem is that all human beings, irrespective of class, color, creed, nationality, religion, they are living quite noisy lives and noisy and fast lives. So the poet feels that if we continue living noisily and at a fast pace, it will endanger the entire mankind. He feels that if we don't do something to reduce the noise level and the activity level, the entire mankind will be wiped out from the face of the earth. So let us see what he wants to say in this poem. So here, first of all, I am reading a little bit of the summary, right? Just to give you an idea ki what this poem is about. So the poet suggests to one and all to suspend all their activity for a while. So in this poem, he suggests that every day we should develop the habit of suspending our activities. That is, all the time we are moving. For example, right now, I am speaking and you are listening. You are busy. I am busy. And before this period, you were also busy, maybe attending some other period. So you see, since our birth till our death, we remain busy, noisy, and we don't stop for a while. So this being busy and being noisy has put us in many problems. So the poet is actually suggesting us how to keep quiet. So he will also be telling us the benefits of being quiet. So he says, stand still and count up to 12. And he's here mentioning a technique to be quiet and to reduce the noise. So he wants all people on the earth to keep quiet also for a short while. So every day he wants us to be quiet every day. They must not speak in any language for 1 second at least. So you see, this is what he wants. If we should try to be quiet, even though for 1 second at least, and then we should stop doing all the activities we are doing. For example, most of the time we are moving. For example, right now I am moving, I am speaking, my lips are moving, my heart is moving, everybody's heart is moving, and my hands are moving. You see, I am using mouse. So he wants us to stop moving and become motionless, that is still, and not even move their arms. And he suggests even, you see, not to move the arms, and then it will be a strange experience. So you see, when all the people living on the planet earth will become quiet and will not move, then something great will happen. It will be a strange experience which we have never experienced so far, because we have become habitual of being noisy. We have become habitual of moving all the time. Even in our dreams, even while we are sleeping, we are not still. We are switching from one dream to another, and our mind is always active, though our body is still, right? But our mind is always moving. So, a great historical event when the world will be free from rat mad race, and that will be a historical event for the entire world, because then we'll be free from the rat and mad race. And that rat and mad race is that everybody is pursuing their goals. Most of us are pursuing our careers, and most of us want to earn money. So there is a kind of race. Everybody wants to earn maximum money. So everybody is running the race for money. No trains will move, no cars and no machines. All the people will be suddenly united. So you see, when everybody becomes quiet and still, then there will be no noise of machines. Right now you see so many machines are going on, my laptop is going on, the fan is moving on, and outside on the roads vehicles are moving on, and even at your home fans will be running, coolers will be running, ACs will be running. So there is a noise and activities. So you see, when we stop and we become quiet, the world will be united. So they will agree for once on the point, forgetting all their differences. Such silences and stillness will have far-reaching effect. So this will have a very good effect on all of us. People will get time to look inwardly. You see, when we become quiet, then we'll be able to look within ourselves. That is, we will be able to introspect and find their own faults. And in that stillness, in that quietness, in that silence, we will find the faults, our personality faults, which are the causes of all our problems. So this exercise will solve quite a few problems, and this becoming quiet will solve many problems. So this was a little bit about the poem. So beta, on each frame you will get three parts. So on the top you will find the lines from the poem, and below the lines of the poem you will find some pictures which will create an idea, right, in your mind, or an imagery in your mind, about what the poet wants to say to you, right? And here you will find the explanation. So you see, I will read the three lines and try to explain. I will not read out the explanation. You can have a look at the explanation yourself. So you see, now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still for once on the face of the earth. So you see, the poet starts his poem by saying that I want all of you, all the readers who read his poem, to become quiet, right? Right? And I want each and every human being on the planet to become quiet, right? And in order to become quiet, there is a technique. I will count from 1 to 12, and the moment I finish counting 12, all of you should try to become calm and quiet, right? So beta, this counting up to 12 is a kind of meditative technique. So there are many types of techniques, and one of the mind quietening techniques is deep breathing exercise. So that deep breathing exercise starts after counting uh, 12. So when the instructor finishes counting 12, so uh, he asks the listeners to start breathing deep in and deep out. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. So when you have breathed in and breathe out for a few times, say for 15 to 20 times, the mind automatically becomes quiet. So these three lines suggest the poet wants us to become quiet, and he wants all of us, all people living in all the countries, in all the continents on the face of the earth, to become quiet. So here are the next three lines. Let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. So by being quiet, the author means not speaking at all in any language and not moving at all, right? So he further now makes it clear that by being quiet, he means let us not speak in any language, be it English, be it Hindi, be it Punjabi, be it Korean, be it Japanese, or any language. We must stop speaking. And then second thing he wants from us is let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. You see, we are always moving, right? We are talking, then our hands are moving, we are cooking, we are eating, we are writing, moving, we are driving. So he wants speaking and movement of human body to stop. So here are the next four lines. It would be an exotic moment. Without rush, without engines, we would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Note down the word exotic. Exotic means very, very beautiful, divinely beautiful. So you see, imagine a time when everybody on the planet, every human being on the planet becomes quiet and they stop moving. So there will be silence. You see, nobody will be speaking, nobody will be moving, there will not be any noise of any type, there will not be any rush, people will not be moving, rushing here and there won't be any noise of engines. You see, we are surrounded by engines, vehicles, fans, ACs, coolers, fridge, TV, they are all type of engines making noise. So when there is no movement and when everybody is quiet, it will be an exotic moment, a moment of such beauty which we have not seen so far. And then we would all be together in a sudden strangeness, and at that time we will become all quiet, and that relationship of quietness will make all of us one, make all of us together. So far we have not become together because we are separated by noises, we are separated by movements, we are separated by our different types of ideologies. But when all of us will be quiet, so all of us will be quiet and we will be similar, and we will be bound together with the thread of quietness. We'll be bound together with the thread of uh, quietness and relationship of quietness. So this is what the poet wants. So next four lines from the poem. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would not look at his hurt hands. So you see, what will happen? Uh, when all of us become quiet, many problems will automatically get solved. That is, fishermen would not go to the sea and kill harmless whales. You see here in the picture, you see man is so greedy that he is killing innocent animals everywhere. He is killing elephants, he is killing rhinos, tigers, whales, and as a result of man's movement, noise, and selfishness and greed, most of the beautiful animals in our planet, which are an integral part of our life, they have become endangered. That is, they are about to be killed forever in our beautiful world. So when we become quiet, this killing of animals will stop. Now here he says, when we all become quiet, uh, all of us will get time to look at our problems. So you see, all of us have become so habitual of working, not habitual, even we are compelled and forced to work. For example, people who work in salt business, salt production, most of the laborers, you see, they have to work, and even they have to work when they are hurt. For example, working in the salt fields, they often get, you see, hurt. That is, their hands become injured or wounded, or they keep working with injured hands. So this stopping and not moving will give them an opportunity to heal their hands, right? So their hands will get healed. So you see, stopping noise and stopping movement will be so beneficial for the entire mankind. So next three lines. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victories with no survivors. So you see, when all of us become quiet and still, particularly people who are busy, people who are engaged in preparing wars, they will also get time to introspect and think whether they are doing the right thing or the wrong thing by getting engaged in preparing wars. So you see, green wars here refers to wars against environment, Wars with gas refers to deadly weapons that have been, you see, made or that are being made by the weapon manufacturing companies of the world. Then wars with fire, fire, you see, in bombs, atom bombs are used, and you see, these people have created such deadly weapons uh, using gas and fire that if they use, they will not leave any survivors behind. For example, if Pakistan and India are engaged in say full scale war, and if both the countries use their nuclear bombs, what will happen? India will nuke Pakistan and Pakistan will nuke India. So as a result, billions of people will die. So here the poet is saying, what is the use of such a war that leaves no one alive to see who has won and who has been defeated? So this is what he is mentioning, right? Let's go to the next three lines. So he says, uh, when people engaged in weapon production would become quiet and still, they will realize their mistake of making deadly weapons, and then they would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. So you see, then in that quietness and in that stillness, they will realize that wars are useless. They will not produce weapons of mass destruction. They would put on clean clothes, maybe they would start new business, and then they will start looking at their fellow human beings as brothers and sisters, and instead of producing weapons of mass destruction, they would produce something constructive, and the world will become a better place without any danger and fear of destruction and mass annihilation. So you see, becoming quiet and still is so beneficial for the entire mankind. So here in these four lines, the poet is making it very clear ki what type of stillness and inactivity he is expecting from us. He is making it clear here that he should not be misinterpreted, that his words should not be misinterpreted or misunderstood. So you see here he says, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. So you see he says, I am asking all the people in this world to become quiet. I am not asking them to become inactive. You see here. So you see, some people may misunderstand him and they may become lazy and inactive. The person like this who is visible in this picture where my cursor is. So he says, no, I don't want you to become like this. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. I want life, but a quiet life. I don't want an inactive life, a life like death. He says uh, here that when people die, they also become quiet and inactive. But poet here is making it very clear, he doesn't want people to become dead, because becoming dead also means becoming quiet and still. He says, I want quiet life, I don't want any death. Here truck with death means I am not talking about death, I have no business with death. I want quiet life, I don't want death. Right, let's go to the next three lines. So here he says, if we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing. So here he says, how nice would that moment be if we become focused on becoming quiet rather than becoming focused on keeping our lives moving. So you see, each one of us has become obsessed with keep moving, about keeping ourselves noisy. So we have become habitual, we have become workaholic, we have become noiseaholic. That is, we love uh, keeping ourselves busy, and we love keeping ourselves in noisy conditions. So this is bad for us. We should rather become single mindedly focused on becoming quiet and in order to become quiet, we'll have to develop some time in the day, during the day, when we do nothing, right? So let's move on to the next. So perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So here the poet is saying, when we will develop this habit of keeping quiet for some time every day, maybe at that time we will understand ourselves. He says, because of our noisy life and because of our moving life, we have not been able to understand ourselves, and as a result we have threatened ourselves with death. It is true. So you see, the entire mankind is now facing fear of being wiped out from this planet, beautiful planet. The evils of pollution, the evils of World War III, or you see coronavirus pandemic, so many other diseases, they have come into being, and all these dangers have come into being because of only one factor, and that factor is too much of noise in our life and too much of movement in our life. We have not learned to be quiet and we have not learned to be meditative. So the poet wants us to become quiet so that in that quietness we can understand ourselves. So let's see the next three lines. What do they say? So he says here, perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. So here the poet gives us an example ki how we should become quiet. He gives us a role model, that is, we should be quiet like earth. So you see here in the space, earth looks so quiet, and even in the fields, earth looks so quiet. Right now it is the earth that is quiet, the rest of us are making noise. Earth is always quiet. That is, when you go to earth and sow a seed, it quietly makes the seed first into a sapling, and then the sapling becomes a tree. All this process happens quietly. On the other hand, look at the life of human being. When a baby is born, it makes so much of noise, and then the family members also arrange a party, DJ party, they make noise. So throughout the life, human beings keep making noise. On the other hand, earth, which is our you see base, that is, we have been able to live because of earth, it is always quiet. So here the poet says, all of us should learn from earth how to live quietly. Earth is living all the time, but it is quiet all the time also. So these are the two last lines of the poem, and he reiterates, now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So here he says, okay, now I have told you in my entire poem the benefits of being quiet and the dangers of being not quiet, right? So now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So all of us become quiet, and the poet says, to all people, now I count up to 12, and after I finish counting 12, I will go, and then you become quiet. So that's it.